Hello, all you beautiful people. So today I'm coming at you barefaced. Basically, what I'm planning on doing today is revamping my model. So for those of you that may not know, I've been adapting my art style to more of like a realistic kind of cartoon style, and I changed a lot in my ways of how I do lips to noses to eyes, basically everything. So we're gonna give my character a makeover. So let's get started. As you can see, I have a lot of layers here, and this is because this was probably like my second or third character I've ever made when I started Vroid. So I was trying to figure out how to make the different skin layers to darken the skin tone. So yeah, that's this was a lot of trial and error, and that's why there's so many different layers. So I basically took off as many layers as possible that would still work with this current skin tone. And we are just going to go to this new layer that I just created, and we're starting from scratch here. I'm just going to play around with different colors, hues, and whatnot. So let me just make my color wheel of what I plan on using. That is our colors that we are going to play with for today. I might add some in the process. So let me start off by turning my character. We're going to save this as a whole new item. We're not going to overwrite this at all. I'm just going to start by changing her nose shape because it's really thin, I think. I don't really remember. So nose. And then yeah, I have it like halfway. I would like it to be wider, but you can't really tell right now. It's really hard to tell. So we are going to turn her side view so I can see where her nose is. Because I like to start with the nose. I'm gonna turn on mirroring so I don't have to worry about doing the both sides. You can zoom in here if you want to, but I mean, this is just more so you get some feedback of where you are drawing, but I'm drawing right on the avatar here. First off, I'm gonna start by taking like a medium to dark color. I don't want a super dark color, but I want it to be dark enough that I can see it. So hopefully this is the color that would work for that. And then I'm going to turn on the fader brush. I have the size about like 14. I'm going to drop it to 10 or 12. And then I'm going to draw a little C shape. Okay, I like where that is. And then I'm going to go turn it around. I'm going to grab that highlight color, that brighter one. I'm going to turn down the opacity to about like 50%, and I'm going to put that up here, a little bit here, tiny bit there behind it, and then I'm going to go back to this color here that we used for the C shape, turn her face around, and then I'm going to make a cursive kind of U shape. Okay, so this is kind of indicator where I am. I can see that in time space, so I'm going to just do it over here. I'm going to drop my brush size. I'm going to make a more structured. There we go. I find it's easier to do it on here for that U shape. All right, so that is the base of our nose. We got that down. We're going to blend those things out. I'm going to bring up the brush size. I'm going to decrease the opacity. I'm just going to blend this together, and then I'm going to decrease it again because I don't want it to be completely faded. It's going to be so weird seeing my character with an actual nose like this because it's been so long. Whoops, I'm going to decrease this a lot. On this screen, I see nothing. And then we're going to go over everything we did again, but with a lower opacity, smaller brush. I literally can't see anything. And then I'm going to go to... I'm going to move that over. I'm going to grab that highlight. And then I'm just going to go under... Hello? What? How do you have... Last time I checked, I'm in the drawing. Oh, I was like, when did I change to this gray color? Did I press something? Accidentally, that's what happened. I was like, what just happened? Okay, don't do that. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Okay. We're gonna color that in. Beautiful. We're gonna blend that out. Pretty. Let me bring this brush size a little bit bigger. We don't have time for... I love that I just erased it basically. But we're going to... Actually, I'm going to take the color around her face here. Oops. And I'm just going to color in her nose. Now I have the hello from the other side stuck in my head. Oh, let's go with this shade. It's a little lighter. I'm going to decrease the brush size by a lot. And I'm just going to make a nose bridge. Go with the shading over here. And then I'm going to blur that out. It's so weird because on this screen over here that I'm coloring on, I see literally nothing. And then I'm going to go back to this color. I'm just going to turn up the opacity. We're going to drop the brush size again to about 5. I just want to make sure that this is very detailed. Oh. It would help if I actually was not blending, but I was drawing. And then I'm going to take this shade here very lightly. Bigger brush. Light hand. That looks ugly. Ugly. From a distance, it looks okay. Okay, there we go. It's a little better. We are going to make that color a little lighter because it's really dark. Like, I want it to be dark, but I don't want it to be that dark. Yeah, like that, and then blur it out. Okay, and then we're going to blend. Blend to the gods. You notice I might do this like 20 times. I'm going to pick that light color. Areas of highlight. And turn off mirroring. And then I'm going to take a shade color. I'm going to put it right beside that line here. And it's almost like a triangle. An isosceles triangle. And then I'm going to blend all that out. Full strength. Smaller brush. Yeah. Only on half of it. So we still have that line of demarcation. And I'm going to decrease that side. Cool. And then this one back to being basically full strength, and I'm just gonna push. And then we have a nose. Wow, so weird, so weird. Not used to it. Never had a nose for my character like this. I think I'm gonna add some depth into the nostrils in a bit. But before I do any of that, I'm just going to fix up some extra details. So I'm going to pause here.
A few moments later.
Okay, so I kind of forgot to record me doing this, but I basically just added some lips, and I just took the center color of whatever this was in between the lips there, and I dragged that up to make the top lip, and then I just went with a slightly lighter color and a more orangey base to make the bottom lip, and then I just added a lightly lighter color than that from that bottom lip, and had a very light opacity and colored it maybe like a tiny bit of a highlight in the middle of the lip, just kind of like a lip gloss shine type of thing. And then I'm going to do like a kind of like a lip liner to line her lips. So we're gonna make this really small. I'm gonna zoom in. I'm gonna remove the grid so you can see a bit better. I think the color will be okay. This just kind of makes it look a little more full. And then I'm gonna blur it in. Looking like a fresh auntie. So my problem area is always this like little section here. I never know what to do with that, so I kind of just erase it. Honestly, I have no idea what to do with that part, so I kind of, after I erase it, I take another color that's similar to it. I'm just gonna fade that in there. Pretend it never happened. Sometimes it comes out really well, and sometimes it's kind of trash. Yeah, so that's basically her face. It's so different from what I'm used to. And add back in my little freckles. I'm gonna erase my little color wheel here. Before I do that, I'm gonna add some depth around the eyes because I feel like it's just too bright. You know, people have some depth around there. Let's put that on this grid so I know where I'm working with. Okay, I don't know where I want to put that. Okay, I think based on how this is like right here and it looks really close here, but there's actually quite a bit of space there. I think I have to keep it fairly close. Okay, and then closer to the eye, I'm going to have a highlight, but I'm going to do the top one here. Same thing. Try to round it. And then I'm going to add in some lines. Why did I do that? Same thing. This, instead of the fading one, I want a solid brush. I'm going to drop my brush size. Okay, I'm going to add a line here. And then here. Okay, that might be a little too thick. Okay, I think for this side, I'm just gonna blend this first. I mean, not this side, but I mean like for the upper part here. I'm just gonna blend it and just see what happens here. And I'm not trying to give myself dark circles because it's not like I have actual dark circles. I just want there to be some depth to her skin. So we're gonna add in this highlight, drop the opacity like a crap ton. Now there's like a bit of depth in her eyes, like it just seemed very flat. Some brightness to her face. All right, and then I never gave myself nice eyebrows like I do to all my other characters that I make for other people. I usually give them actual nice eyebrows. Will I do the same for mine? Let's see how that's looking. All right, so this is the end result of the character. I actually like it. Yeah, now that I just made some minor adjustments, I think it looks really cute. I'll show you some of the things that I kept in this edit. So I did remove some of the layers. So there was a couple of these default image layers. I removed some of those. I revamped the shading. So basically, if I were to hide everything, so this is what we were originally working with, and then I kept the shading, but I kept this part up here, but I removed some of it that was coming up onto the chin. I'll do a side-by-side comparison to what it looked like before and what it looks like now. And then I kept the highlight. I didn't change anything. I think if I did, it was the makeup one. So I kept that one. I kept the baby hairs because I knew I was going to have the baby hairs before, like I did before. And then for the makeup, I kept that one. The only thing I did differently was remove the lipstick coloring. Before there was like a red lip that was there. I just took that out. As for the nose, I am removing that. So this is what I had before as my nose. It kind of reminds me of the Goofy movie nose. But we are not doing that anymore because I figured out how to do my own variation. So I have it like so. Actually, I want to see what if I put that there. Just it adds like more shading around it, and it's kind of peering through the cracks and crevices and makes this a little darker, which is a little weird. So let's get rid of that. We're gonna bloop, delete that. We have our nose, and then I have the tiniest bit of like freckles that you wouldn't even see it unless you were like really close up. And it's just to add some like differentiation from the skin, so it's not completely clear, and there's like that little mold there. And then yeah, so I have the blush and everything. So basically that is the end of that upgrade. I actually do like it, and like I said, I also added some eyebrows. I don't know if I actually said it out loud, but yeah, here's the eyebrows. I just gave myself different ones and just made them thinner, just to kind of mimic what I had before. It's just more groomed and detailed. But I really like this revamp of my characters, so you'll be seeing more of this style in my future videos until I figure out how to do a different variation of styles. So I hope to see you in the next one, and take care. Bye!